guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. Happy Friday, happy Friday Freebie Day. We are on number 232. So can you believe it's been a week already since the last one? Time is going really quickly. I don't know why. This week has gone really fast. But we have this lovely Friday freebie for you. It is 4 different tags. I have these beautiful little sepia pictures of children, and I've got some lovely sort of like little fussy cut roses on there. Now this is sort of like a vintage with a little bit of shabby in there, which I am loving. You won't get this blob on there. This has got a little inky blob, and it does go all the way through, so it is an inky blob. I don't know how I did that, but you won't get that little blob on there. But love them, absolutely love them. Now the reason I've done these is because I got a new kit out. I did show you in a video yesterday. I won't show you, but I'll show you these ones here. I've got them and they're cut out. They're in, or maybe I will show you. They're in 4 different sizes. I was supposed to cut them out yesterday. Look, this is my little bit of fussy cutting I should have done yesterday, which I didn't. So you get them in that size. You get 32 pictures, and they're all lovely little children. Let me just show you the 32 on here. Look, so look at these. I love these. These are my favourites. So lots of in portrait and landscape, and 4 different sizes. So they're in the shop. Oh, upside down. There we go. But they are just beautiful. Really lovely. Look at these ballet ones. The little tutus, love them. So that's my job. I must cut those out. But I put them all in my little drawers here yesterday. I did a bit of organising, not yesterday, on the Lost Mojo video. I did that. So anyway, back to the Friday freebie. This is for the Facebook. Now, if you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. I always forget to do that, but we have lots and lots of people on here that actually aren't subscribed to the channel, but if you would like to print this off, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel, and then you can pop over to the Facebook group, links are underneath, and you can print this off, which is lovely, and last week's as well. This is for Ko-fi. For the Ko-fi supporters, so the one-offs and monthly supporters. This is an extra little bit to store your little tags in. So I'll show you how that works in a minute. I'm not going to make this one, but I'm going to make these. I'll put all the links down for everything under the video. So let's pop those to the side. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Now this is the little ones. I'm going to take these out because this is your Friday. This is the Ko-fi one. These are the little tabs. Now I've really messed up this week because look, I've got little blobs. I must have dropped some water when I was drinking my water. I must have flicked some water on there because they've flicked on there. So what a grubby mess I have. Now I've done these very basic, okay, because we've got lots of new people that are in our group, and subscribers. So I would like to, you know, new people starting out. So I wanted to do these to show them how simple they are, just to be, you know, embellished with what you've got on that page, and I think they are just beautiful. Now again, you can pop little hole in there and have that as a tag. I've printed on the back as well. This is what comes with, not the word, I put that word on there, for the Ko-fis. So these are little pockets that you can pop into here. They just slot in like that. You got 3 little pockets on there, and they just slot in there. That will fit onto your page in a journal. So I think that's just beautiful. So you can stick that on a page. You can have it, put a little flap on it and have it as an extra page. You can put 2 little holes in there if you've got a ring binder journal that you want to use, and have that in there. So it's really pretty. Now what I wanted to say as well quickly, let me just take these out. This is just printed onto 160 GSM paper. Now I've printed on the back of this one, and it's a little bit wobbly. So if you wanted it as a standalone, what I've done, I've sewn 2 pieces. I stuck another piece on the back like that. I didn't print on the back of it. I just stuck 2 pieces together, and I've sewn around it. So this is quite wobbly. This is, you know, that bends if you hold it. Can you see it sort of bends? But this one is quite sturdy. So you know, if you wanted it to be a little bit sturdy, then you can do that. Just sew two people. You don't need to sew, you can just stick them back to back, but I love them. So I just put some lace on that. I made this one to put our other ones that we're going to make in. So let's just pop these back in here, which I love. So if you're a Ko-fi one-off or monthly supporter, pop over to Ko-fi and print this little one off. Again, you don't have to put these in there. I just think it's just a lovely, lovely little pocket thingy-majiggy. So pop those to the side. I've already cut them out, so we don't have to watch me cut them out. I've just inked a little bit around there. Now I've got these roses. Now if you had the New Beginnings journal, you have these roses in there as well, which are pretty good. They work really well as well on there. So you could mix and match those on there. Or if you've got the other little cutouts on here, the little peoples, the little ladies and children, these would work with there. So you can sort of like, you can mix and match anything up. I try to have them so they match my kits. So you know, because we want them to everything to match in there. So you can use them with the kits. That's how I like to do it. Right, now this is how I sort of like, you know, designed them. I've got the little girl in the garden there with a little basket of flowers, and on this one I've put the little roses on there. So I sort of thought maybe she could go on there like that. I've got the little, this is a lovely shape, loving this shape, and I've got to pop the little oval on that one, so that fits on there really, really nice. It's the same either way, so it doesn't really matter, do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter which way around that goes. I've got the little boy with his little teddy to go onto that smaller tag, and then I got the little girl who's sewing to go on that tag. Now again, that's how I did it, but you can put them wherever you like. Now on these, I put all the flowers except for that one. I put the flowers at the bottom. But what I'm going to do, because we like to put tags into things, I'm going to put the flowers at the top. And then we can just add a little bit more embellishment. I've got some, surprise, I've got some lovely tulle here, because I do love my tulle. So I'm going to add a little bit of that just to shabby them up a bit. Again, you can use coffee stain stuff and turn them into the vintage look, and then you don't have to use the roses, you can put something else on there. So they are pretty versatile. So let's go for the little lady first. Now I'm going to pop her just slightly to the bottom. What glue shall we use today? Let's use a little bit of this tacky glue. So did you get these? Did you have a go at these, or have you had those? I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, you can get them off Amazon, but you can also get, which I'm going to pop a link underneath, off Journal Say, and they are so much cheaper on Journal Say than Amazon. They really are. So if you wanted them to get them, I'll pop the Journal Say link down underneath the video. So look at that, just stuck down. And I'm going to add, what shall we have? Shall we have a little, I'm going to keep the bigger rose for her, because that goes on there like that. What shall we have? Shall we put that one on there? Put the little boy with the big one on the top, and then we can have this little one on here like that. Just so they're a little bit different. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit, what shall we have? Shall we have the pinky one? Let's just snip this off. Snip little bits off, and again I'm going to just scrunch it up. I don't think so. This one doesn't sort of pull as much. I do have some that sort of stretch quite nicely. This is sort of, but not a lot. So I'm just going to sort of like bunch it up. I've got my glue gun. I'm going to put my little finger dobbery thing on, finger protector. Pop a little bit of glue on there. Pop that down. Stick that on. I've got glitter on there. Surprise. That can just sit on there. And that can pop on there like that with, I'm just going to stick it with a little bit of glue gun. Like that. On there. Stick that down. Look at that. See, and then we've got a lovely little bit. You can add lace and all sorts of things to these. Just have a little rummage through your scrappy bits of fabric, or if you've got new bits of fabric. Have you been to any thrift stores over Christmas or after Christmas? I haven't, but I'm going out tomorrow. We're going out. We've got a few little chores to do tomorrow. So we're going to go for a nice walk. The sun's out today. So I'm hoping it's going to be nice tomorrow. It's very, very cold though. It's pretty chilly. I'm going to go with green. This is, if I bunch that up, you can see that this is green, can't you? But when it's opened up, you can probably hardly see it at all. Yeah, got a few chores to do tomorrow, so we're going to walk up and get those done. I'm going to go to the vet and get do some more. Got to get some tablets for Jessie. She's run out of her tablets, so we've got to go and pick those up. I think I'm going to just take that off, tie that. So, and then we've got this lovely little cafe which we stop off in and have a little, you know, little toastamista, which is like a cheese and ham sandwich, which is one of Andy's favourites. And we stop there and have a coffee or maybe a shandy or something like that, depending on the weather, which is quite nice. Well, Andy always has coffee because he doesn't drink alcohol. He just likes a cup of coffee. But I like a little drink now and again. Nice glass of wine. There we go. But so that's what we're doing tomorrow. So fingers crossed the weather's going to be nice. So let's just stick that on there. Oh, I kind of like these with the tulle on them. Look at that, can you see? Isn't that nice? Just about to see the tulle, I think. So you can sort of scrunch it up. This one, I'm going to be using some of this tulle in the Shabby Saturday video this week. Oh, well, for you it's going to be tomorrow, isn't it? So, there we go. So let's just see if we can scrunch. This one doesn't scrunch up as much. So that's two, and I'm loving them like that because they will fit in the pockets without scrunching anything up at the bottom. What can we put on this one? I've got a little bit of the creamy one. Let's put the creamy one on, seeing we've got a little creamy flower on there. Let's pull these out. Oh, don't rip them. I can just pop that in there. Pop in the little rip bit that I did. Squash that up. Let me put my little finger protector on. Pop that on. Look at my glue gun. I really think I need to have a bit of a clean of that. I don't want that little fussy bit there. Pop you on. Oh, I didn't stick him on. I thought I stuck him on. But I didn't. Let me go. Let's stick you on. There we are. Like that. A little bit of glue. Yes, I'm going to chop and change my glues I use so I don't just sort of like stick to one glue. Because it's quite easy to stick to one glue, isn't it? So I've got a few glues that I just want to sort of use. Look at these, they're so cute. Little rows, just so it goes over the top of the photograph. It's quite nice, isn't it? Put my little dauber out of the way. Pop that on there. So these, yeah, you can jazz them up a lot more if you want to, or just have them quite plain. Oh, I just think they're so cute. Let's stick her on first before I forget. A little bit of glue. Again, you can sew around these if you're sew on your sewing machine. You can sew them, but these are printed. I always print on 160 GSM paper. That's what I have, and that's what I find that really nice weight of paper to print digitals on for embellishments, or making actually digital papers, journals. I mean, in my journals I like to use the 160. So shall we have some of this pink one? Shall we have, what should we do? Let's just cut a little bit of this off. I think I'm going to have pink and I'm going to have a little bit of the green. So I'm going to have both in this one. Pop them together. I think the green is a little bit bigger than the pink. It seemed to, not sure, I wanted to tie a knot in there, but I'm not sure whether it's big enough. Is that big enough? Oh, just about, I think. Out you come. No, I messed that up. Let's try again. It's just a little bit too small. Let's poke that through. Oh, there we go. I think that's a better attempt. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. I think that's the end. Yes, that's the end. There we go. Let's just pull that through. I don't want to pull that too tight. Do you know what I mean? So that looks like, it's almost like a little faux bow, which we do. Instead of making a bow, do you know what I mean? You just make like a little knot in the middle, and you've got like a little sort of bowy thing. A little bowy thing. Then we will put that on top. Do you think that's going to be too thick? I'm going to pull it just a little bit tighter. Pop it on there. Put that on. Hold that down. Let me just get my little finger thingamajiggidy. Like that. Lovely. They are so lovely, aren't they? And then we will pop this one on over the top. So I think I'm going to just do that, because turn it to the side. You might go over the top, just stick it top and bottom. There we go, because she's quite a big rose on there. Look at that, that's perfect, isn't it? Can you see? Just, it's a light, it's a very sort of light look, if you know what I mean. Feminine sort of look. Oopsie daisy. Just going to sort of pull these out a little bit, give them a little bit of a twiddle, but I think that's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna just ink just around this just a little bit more, like that. Oh, I've got a little strand. Oops. You don't want too much ink coming off, just dab it. Just dab it onto it like that, then you won't get too much ink, because that's quite a light coloured one. Put these little strands over. Love them. So these would make, I think that would make quite a nice little pocket on a journal as well. Oh, I don't really have anything. I've got a white piece of folded paper. Well, this is my template that I had. Just I mean, you could stick that on a page, or you could see the little tool better on there. Stick that on a page, and then you've got like a little tuck spot in there as well. So you can print these off a few times, can't you? Can you see? You can see the tool better, I think, on there. There's that one, and then we got that one with a little tufty bit of tool on there, and then I don't know whether you can see that one. It's a bit plain. It's a bit light on there. So fabulous. I am loving them. So this is the one for the Kofis. So this is really simple to make. Where's my little the little one here. So this is just your base, and then you just cut these off, and then I've stuck them on like that, but you can stick them so sort of like one on top of the other, so you've got the pockets at the bottom, just what I mean, and then you've got this lovely big rose at the top, so you can, you know, use it however you like, but it's very, very simple to do. I just stuck these on top and then I sewed around the whole thing, so it's really, really easy to do. So what should we stick in the top one? I like this little one in there like that. They've got sort of an alternate as well, so when you put that in, you're not covering up the roses. So I'm going to pop that one in there like that, and then this one in there like that. So that's how it comes. I just think it's so, so pretty. I did put a word on this one, which is make today beautiful. So this is just basic, this one, and then this one's got the little embellishment bits on, so you can add little bits of lace or trim onto all of these as well. But if you're new to crafting, if you're new to making things, then just, you know, or you don't have much stash of anything and you're just beginning, then you can make these as well. What should we put on there? I just need a little word. I was saying in my last video that I'm going to make some new words, and do you have any ideas? Are there any words that you would like printed out or made into a digital kit? Or should we have imagine? There we go. Imagine, dream, create, all of those that I like. They're my basic sort of words I go for. But is there anything that you would like in words that you don't have? So let's just have a look. I think we just have imagine, because as I'm going to be going through these, you know, I've got lots of words, but I just want some more. I like to change. I like things change. I'm going to put that on there. What should we put on here? Let's have a little look. I've got my little bowl of all sorts of things. Oh, look, I've got a butterfly. Oh, gosh, look at that. That would look beautiful, won't it? That's sort of like purpley on there. I must have some more butterflies somewhere. That's what I'm going to do. I'll put that on there, and I'll put that on there. Beautiful. So there we go. Nice quick video for you today. Oopsie daisy. So yeah, don't forget, post them in the Facebook group. I love to see them, and I'd love to see a lot more of you posting in there, because then it makes me feel like I am, you know, that you really want to do this, and I'm not just talking to myself. I know lots and lots of you want the Friday freebies back, but I would love you to interact just a little bit more in the Facebook group. Oh, don't forget, Facebook group, we've got a challenge in there. Not a challenge, but guess the length of some lace. So pop over and have a little guess of that one. We will draw the winner out. Whoever's the closest to the length, we will let you know on Saturday who wins. Who's the closest? Look at that. I just think that's so, so pretty, isn't it? Just beautiful. Even that is flat enough, or this one, to go in some happy mail, isn't it? So if you're a happy mail sender, you can send that off. I think that's beautiful. You could put lace around the top of this as well. But the Friday freebie, for if you're in both supporter on Ko-fi and in the Friday freebie, in the Facebook group, you will get both. But this is the Friday freebie. I believe they might be the last 4 that we did. We did a couple before Christmas, and then we did last week's and this week's. I think the 4 of them are now in the Etsy shop. So if you're not on Facebook, you can download them from at a small cost. You can download them from Etsy and Ko-fi. So there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie. I hope you love it, because I think it's fabulous. think it's really, really lovely. So have fun making, take care of yourselves, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and wrap up if it's cold, because it's freezing here. Well, it's not really, but cold for me anyway. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.